Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and what's happening? My name is Austin Baker, Mr. Baker the Music Maker, coming at you with another hot tutorial from Chrome Music Lab. This one is from the greatest entertainer who ever lived, in my personal opinion. He was the most famous, best-selling solo artist of all time. You already know who it is. His name was Michael Jackson, aka the King of Pop, aka Wacko Jacko. Oh yeah, he had a crazy life, but we're not going to get into all of that. We're going to go to Chrome Music Lab and click Song Maker right there because we're going to make a song. We're going to make perhaps his most famous song. I think it's his most recognizable song off the greatest selling album of all time, Thriller. And this song is called Schmilly Schmeen. Nope, it's called Billie Jean. So let's get right to it. We're going to make it and develop it as it goes in the studio version. So we have a blank canvas on Song Maker. First thing I want to change is settings per usual. Click the gear icon on the bottom. The gear icon settings, we're going to change two things. Length from 4 bars, too short. Nope, we're going to go 10 bars. 10 bars is going to add up to 2 plus 4 plus 4. 2 bars of drum intro, 4 bars of the bass line, and then 4 bars with everything all together. You'll see in a little bit. Scale is the other thing you change. Not major, go to chromatic. 10 bars of length, scale chromatic. Click the blue check when you got that to save your settings. Otherwise, it won't save your settings. Now, you can scroll up and down to check out all the notes because we switched to chromatic. You can scroll back and forth to check out all the bars. We got 10 bars total. Great way to see this as the bars are separated between white, gray, and gray. So here's the first 4 bars. Then it keeps going all the way to 10. We're going to scroll down to the bottom, and we are going to put in our drums because I'm going to leave the tempo at 120. The actual tempo of the song is around 117-ish, but we're going to leave it 120 to avoid copyright, which is going to be fantastic. Let's keep going. Now, the drums are the first thing we're going to put in. This is the most famous drum beat in the whole world. Money beat number 1. Why do they call it money beat number 1? Because it's made more money than any other beat in history. And it is just ta, 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 ta. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. Or boom, clap, boom, clap at various speeds and tempos. How's that look on here? It's going to start with a circle, skip, triangle, skip, circle, skip, triangle, skip. So there's my first bar. We have 4 beats. Each beat is split into 2, and that's why we skip 1. Circle, skip, triangle, skip. Circle, skip, triangle, skip. We're going to keep doing that all the way throughout the music. Don't forget to scroll over because we got 10 bars. So keep going until yours is correct. Make sure you skip 1 after each one. Don't skip 2, and don't miss a skip or it's going to sound funky. Not in a good way. Now, as I continue to do this, I'm going to go ahead and do a shameless self-promotion. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that like button, whatever those YouTubers say these days. Boom. I finished my drum pattern. Sounds great. It's a really popular beat. Let's hear it. You probably heard it in tons of songs. Cool. First 2 bars are done. Because we're going to leave the first 2 bars as just drums. So 1 bar, 2 bars, drums only. Because that's how the song actually starts. 2 bars of just drums intro. That drum beat was played by a guy named Ndugu Chancellor. Leon Ndugu Chancellor. I got to meet him one time. Super awesome guy, amazing drummer, incredible. He passed away several years ago. It was a very sad day for the history of drumming. Now, skip 2 bars, leave nothing on those except drums. So we have 120 BPM, and we have our drum intro ready to go. So on the next 2 bars, so we skip the first 2, we're going to start our bass line right here at the beginning of our 3rd bar. It's going to look like this. Teal, orange, green, teal, green, orange, red, orange. Boom. There's the whole bar. And it just repeats that all throughout. Pretty simple. Teal, orange, green, teal, green, orange, red, orange. Kind of see a shape here. and the opposite shape pointing down right there. You can see it as that. It's basically a pattern that goes all the way across. So after that, you're going to put the same thing in on the next bar. And guess what you're going to do? Now is put the rest of the music in the same exact way. It just repeats that. So make sure you got that same pattern happening. I'm going to put it in as fast as possible for the sake of time. But take your time to make sure you got the right notes in there. Otherwise, you'll hear where it messes up. So look what I'm doing. I'm putting the same pattern in. There's my next 4 bars of just bass. So that's all done. And then we'll put the last 4 bars in as well. Let's keep going. You probably heard that music before. Super popular bass line. Super groovy. Let me make sure oops. Scroll over. Make sure you take the time to get all these notes right. Otherwise, it will not sound the way it should. Boom! I put that bass line in a total of 8 times because remember the first 2 are empty. Then starting on the 3rd bar, you put that same pattern in without skipping any in between all the way through. Let's hear it. Boom. Where I just stopped it is where the rest of the music is going to come in the last 4 bars. I'm going to put in the chords on top of the bass line. So remember, we started with drum intro, only drums for 2 bars. And then 4 bars of a bass line with the drums. 1, 2, 3, 4. After that 4th bar of the bass line, we're going to put some chords in for the final part of the song. What's that going to look like? I don't know, but it's going to start right at the beginning of bar 7. So now we're on the last 4 bars of music, and we're going to put in some chords. What are chords, Mr. Baker? I'll tell you what chords are. Chords are stacks of notes on top of each other to make beautiful sounds. Sometimes they're beautiful sounds. Sometimes they're ugly sounds. Sometimes they're made to trigger bad emotions. Sometimes they're made to trigger amazing, beautiful emotions. But chords are harmonies that are beautiful things, and we're going to stack them on top of what we already have. Now, the cool thing about these chords is it lines up with all the teals. So you see the teals at the beginning of our last 4 bars right here? We're going to go one by one and stack some notes on top of those up here to make it sound pretty cool. So on top of the first teal that we have, you can go ahead and scroll up for this part and see where the teals are so you can line your notes up with each teal, because the rest of the bass line don't have to worry about. We already put it in. So the first chord looks like this: pink, orange, and another teal. That's not teal. That's not teal. That's what I'm looking for. Same one as that. So on our first chord of our last 4 bars, we have teal, pink, orange, teal. Done. Make sure they're in a straight line with that one right there. Oops. Put in an extra drum right there. Didn't need that. That chord is done. What's the next teals chord looking like? I'll show you. You're going to put a red right there, one above this pink. You're going to put a yellow, 2 above that orange. And you're going to put a purple, 2 above that teal right there. So first chord we finished. Second chord's looking like this: teal, red, yellow, purple. Now we're done with that chord. Let's check out the third chord. Third chord's looking like this: orange, green, magenta. 1 above the purple, 1 above the yellow, 2 above that red. There's your third chord: teal, orange, green, magenta. Boom, that chord's done too. Let's go to the 4th chord right here. Guess what? 4th chord is the same as the 2nd chord. What's that looking like? It's looking like red, yellow, and purple. Boom. First chord's done. 2nd chord's done. 3rd chord's done. 4th chord is the same as 2nd, so that's done too. And guess what it does for the last part? Oh, I bet you figured it out. It just does the same thing. Very repetitive. So this chord on this last 2 bars, first chord of the last 2 bars is going to be the same as that chord. So what does it do? It repeats. Boom, boom. That is the same as that. Great. Now we got to make this one the same as that one. Let's do it. Boom. That looks the same. Now we got to make that one the same as that one. What's that looking like? Ooh, yeah, looking good. What's this one looking like? Oh, we remember it's the same as that one. What's it look like? Boom, boom. Sweet chicken gumbo. Oh my goodness, I think it's all done. Now that chord looks like that chord. Boom, 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 boom. Now, if everything is looking and sounding in the right place, it should sound excellent. Let's hear it. Drum intro, 2 bars. Here's the bass line. Oh, here come those chords. Here we go. Let's go. Then it goes right back to that drum intro. It just keeps repeating. Yeah, you want to extend it, make it longer? That's up to you. For the sake of this video, I just did 10 bars. Remember, 2 bars of drums, 4 bars of your bass line, which was rocking, and then 4 bars with everything, including the chords on top of the bass line. Thanks for tuning in. Great job. I want to see what your creation looks like. Copy your link to your song by clicking the save button and put it down in the comments below with a little message as well. I think if you just put a link, I think it just deletes the comments. So put a message too, and it usually keeps the link there. Again, thank you for watching. My name is Mr. Baker. I love you guys. Hit like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Peace. Later. Wacko Jacko.